President Rodrigo Duterte declines to rate his first-year performance as the country's chief executive. Duterte, who will be Philippine president for 1 year on Friday, says it's only at the end of his term that he can weigh in on his successes and failures.
Wala po, I do not make any assessment. I only make assessment after my term. Kasi I'm going, it's a roller coaster actually. While you are there, it's a roller coaster. So it should be at the end of the ride.
Duterte says he will make public his self-rating if he is still alive in 2022.
If I get to live, then I tell you, if I don't exist anymore by that time, you make your own assessment. Just be fair.
Duterte admits the Marawi crisis has been his major cause of worry for the past few weeks. He says his growing bald patch is proof of the crisis taking its toll on him. Duterte supposedly can't help but scratch his head in frustration, especially after reading the growing list of dead soldiers and police in Marawi. President Rodrigo Duterte wants to sack Clark Development Corporation Chief Executive Officer and President Noel Manangkil for alleged corruption. Several sources say Duterte voiced his plan to fire Manangkil at the National Economic and Development Authority Board meeting on Tuesday. The sources say the president only mentioned Manangkil's position but did not name him during the meeting. Duterte reportedly suspects the CDC chief of accepting money for certain projects and deals. There were also reports of Manangkil being friendly with Chinese gambling tycoon Jack Lam, who Duterte accused of economic sabotage, but no case against Lam was pursued. Transportation Secretary Art Tugade recommended Manangkil for the position. Manangkil was CDC Vice President for Administration and Finance when Tugade headed the government corporation under the previous administration. Tugade attended the Tuesday NEDA board meeting where the president reportedly announced his plan to sack the CDC chief. Duterte supposedly gave instructions to Tugade on Manangkil during a private conversation on the sidelines of the meeting. Duterte also said in a speech on Tuesday that he was about to fire a government official in Pampanga. The camp of former Senator Bong Revilla on Thursday raises before the Sandigan Bayan the relevance of his income from his films and television shows during his plunder trial in connection with the pork barrel scam. The prosecution presents Junilin Pag-unsan from the Field Investigating Office of the Office of the Ombudsman to re-establish the facts and evidence gathered at their level of investigation. Revilla's lawyer Ramon Esguerra, during the cross-examination, asks Pag-unsan if she bothered to find out if Revilla earned anything from his movies and TV shows. Pag-unsan says it wasn't part of their investigation. Revilla is accused of earning 224.5 million pesos in kickbacks from alleged ghost projects funded by his Priority Development Assistance Fund and funneled through the non-governmental organizations owned by alleged pork barrel scam mastermind Janet Lim Napoles. Lead prosecutor Jefferson Toribio says Revilla's defense is nothing new. Toribio says the Anti-Money Laundering Council already conducted investigation into Revilla's earnings from his showbiz projects. Toribio is referring to the 2014 testimony of AMLC lawyer Lee Von Santos, who said there were suspicious amounts in Revilla and his family members' bank accounts. Santos said 87 million pesos was deposited to Revilla's bank accounts 30 days after the supposed kickbacks were delivered from Napoles to Revilla, as it appeared on the financial records provided to the court by star witness Ben Herluy. Cardinal George Pell, the third most powerful figure in the Vatican, is charged with historical child sex offenses in Australia Thursday. Pell, the Vatican's finance chief and the highest-ranking Catholic cleric to face such charges, denies the allegations and vows to clear his name. He says he would take a leave from the Vatican to return to Australia to fight the charges, saying he's a victim of relentless character assassination. The 76-year-old is summoned to appear before Melbourne Magistrates Court on July 18. He was accused of sex abuse when he was the Archbishop of Sydney in 2002, but was cleared of any wrongdoing. No details of the charges are given, citing the need to preserve the integrity of the judicial process. He says, quote, "I am innocent of these charges. They are false. The whole idea of sexual abuse is abhorrent to me." Pope Francis has not asked him to resign from his senior Vatican post. The Philippines' Marine Roblewitz wins Asia's Next Top Model Season 5 Wednesday. Roblewitz beats Malaysia's Shiken Gomez and Vietnam's Min Tu Nguyen in the finale challenge, where they had to walk at a fashion show in Singapore. Before that, they had a photo shoot titled Motherland, where they modeled traditional outfits from their countries. Roblewitz on her Instagram account says she wanted to quit the competition many times, but didn't. She says, quote, "I was the last Filipina standing, and a Filipina has never won before. I wanted to win this for my country, the Philippines, and I'm so happy to say that I did. This is all for you guys." Two other Filipinos, Angelica Santillan and Jenica Sanchez, were eliminated early in the competition. In support of National Disaster Consciousness Month, Rappler will hold the first ever Agos Summit on disaster preparedness from July 7 to 8 at the Samsung Hall, SM Aura, Taguig. The summit will gather disaster management experts, stakeholders, and volunteers to talk about how we can all be better prepared for climate change and disasters. Tickets are limited, so register today.